This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: Utopia, Mythology, Da Plane, Animal Farm, The Movies, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Where do we begin, Player 1? With more than 4,300 species, lizards make up the largest living group of this animal class. Yes, Player 1? That's right, way to go! Player 1, all right, here with the clue.
In the South, soups, greens, and bean dishes get added flavor from this part of the pig, referred to by an alliterative name.
Player 1? Hey, you're right. Player 1? The scaly armor that surrounds the armadillo is composed of plates made of this. It's formed by ossification. Yes, Player 1? Yes. No laughing matter. In Africa, a dozen of these can reduce a 500-pound zebra to bones in 30 minutes. Player 1? You are correct. Thought to be bad luck by natives, the eye is a lemur, so it's no surprise it's only found here. It's Player 1. Right you are. Please pick again, Player 1. The first commercial plane flights out of the United States were in 1920 between Key West and this nearby country. Okay, Player 1? No. Sorry. Anyone else? Okay, Player 2. That's correct. Player 2, you start. In 2004, this airline introduced non-stop flights between Newark and Changi Airport. Player 1? No, sorry. Anyone else? The correct response is Singapore Airlines. You get to pick again, Player 2. Flying at the then incredible speed of 575 miles per hour, the Boeing 707 began commercial flight service in this decade. It's Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is the 1950s. Select again. Jack Palance's character is described as a saddlebag with eyes in this 1991 comedy. Yes, player one? Yes. In the film Music and Lyrics, Hugh Grant plays the Jeopardy theme music written by this creator of Jeopardy. Okay, player one. That's correct. Irene Bedard, the speaking voice of this heroine in an animated Disney film, played her mother in The New World. Okay, player one. Correct. The 2003 film Pieces of April starred this actress, who had yet to meet and marry Tom Cruise. Player one? Yes. Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe sang about being two little girls from Little Rock in this 1953 movie musical. Okay, player one. No. Anyone else? Yes, player two. Right you are. All right, let's get back into this. Player two has control. Some say his 12 labors were penance for killing his wife Megara and their children. Player one? Yes. Jupiter is the Roman equivalent of this Greek god. Let's hear it, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? The correct response is Zeus. Player one. She was given a box and told not to open it. She did, releasing the world's evil, but shut it before hope could escape. Okay, player one. That's it. Player one, here's Kelly, she'll show you.
According to Greek myth, this monster depicted here 8 people who could not answer its riddle.
Player one? Yes. Answer, the Daily Double. You are in first place. And the Daily Double clue. This Greek sea god could cause springs to flow and create storms with a flourish of his trident. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player one. This U.S. company created the venerable DC-10 jetliner. Okay, player one. No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. McDonnell Douglas. Player one. Back. The first commercial passenger transatlantic service was by Pan Am in 1939 between New York City and this French port. It's player one. Hey, you're right. Player one. This woman with a reputation as a hard-drinking, foul-mouthed ruffian claimed she married Wild Bill Hickok. Okay, player one. No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Calamity Jane. Please pick again, player 1. This company helped track down Black Bart, the bandit who'd robbed its stagecoaches about 27 times. Player 1? That's correct. Some say Arizona Donnie Clark was just overprotective, but she's infamously known by this name. It's player 1. A ballad ends, they'll bury them side by side. To few it'll be grief, to the law a relief, but it's death for them. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. Harry Longbaugh got this nickname after serving time in a Wyoming prison for horse theft. Let's hear it, player 1. That's right, way to go. Player 1. Olympic competition in 1900 included this type of swimming, judged on distance and time submerged. Yes, player 1? Hey, you're right. The Salgir, the Chernaya, the Alma, and the Dnieper are all rivers that flow through this country. It's player 1. Yes. Please. It's the quality of being useful, or the useful knife used to cut drywall. Player 1? Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 3? That's correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection. An adjective meaning of an elevated region, or the main type of cotton grown in the American South. Player 1? No. Sorry. Anyone else? Let's hear it, player 2. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 3? Good. And the last clue for $1,000. The match is coming before the main boxing match. Player 1? That's it. Player 2 will select first in Double Jeopardy right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Oscar winners of yore. Playing Possum. Minority Report. I Want to Be. Name the Poet. And Vocabulary. Player 2, make a selection, please, as we continue. One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov. Player 1? Yes. One of these, from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. Okay, player 1? Correct. One of these, and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. Please. Answer, one of the daily doubles. You are in the lead. Here is your daily double clue. Like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Player one, from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. It's player one. Hey, you're right. Player one, you pick again, please. A 1936 dissent by Justice Stone accused 6 other justices of a tortured construction of this document. Yes, player one? That's right, way to go! In his first major case as Chief Justice, he found himself in the minority in 2006 as Oregon's assisted suicide was okayed. Okay, player one? Correct. Justice Brennan, dissenting in Paris Adult Theater v. Slayton, said this quality is too vaguely defined to regulate. Okay, player one? No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the response we were looking for. Obscenity. Please. Justice Holmes dissented when seditionist Jacob Abrams' conviction was upheld, saying he didn't pose this type of danger. Yes, player one? Right you are. Justice Harlan was an honorable one-man minority in the 1896 decision Plessy v. Him. It's player one. You are correct. You get to pick again, player one. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. Player one? You got it. Player
Wee
one.
sleekit cowrin timorous beastie, oh what a panic's in thy breastie.
Player one? Good for you. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared." Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. The second daily double. Here is your clue.
A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not the Pierian spring.
Sorry, that pops you down to third. Here's the correct response. Alexander Pope. You
Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine.
Player one?
Yep.
Player one. John Ford directed this verdant 1941 winner about a Welsh mining family. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Greer Garson survives a Luftwaffe attack and the annual flower show as the title misses in this film. Okay, player one.
Yep.
Jimmy Stewart as Buttons the Clown upstages Charlton Heston in this three-ring affair from 1952. It's player one. That's correct. Player one. Alcoholic Ray Milland is reminded that one's too many and 100's not enough in this film. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Gregory Peck gets the scoop on anti-Semitism in this film adapted by Moss Hart. It's player one. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Gentleman's Agreement. Player one, back to like wombats and bandicoots, possums are members of this group of about 270 species. Yes, player one? Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player two. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player three. That's correct. All right, let's get back into this. Player three has Chuck Berry knows this sweet little number of days is the typical gestation period of a possum. Yes, player one? Yes. Player stick one. To it. In 1948, this Walt Kelly possum hit the funny pages. Player one? That's it. Australia and New Guinea are home to the 5 species of this type of possum that may weigh as little as 1/4 of an ounce. Player one? Good for you. The flying possum doesn't fly. Well-developed flaps of skin along its flanks have it known by this 6-letter term. Okay, player one? Correct. Player one. The name of this extinct critter comes from words meaning terrible lizard. Player one? Good. This term for a mechanical human comes from a Czech word for forced labor. It's player one. That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about robot. You get bumbershoot is Brit speak for one of these. Yes, player one? Correct. We return. He's an angel is a metaphor. Smart as a whip is one of these comparisons. Yes, player one? Right. Here's the $2,000 clue. The name of this science is from the Greek for the study of animals. Player one? Yeah! Hey, you're right. Sorry, you're player two. Your score is not on the positive side, so you will not be joining us for Final Jeopardy. Here's today's Final Jeopardy category. Poetry? So, what's your wager? Let's see what it is. Here's the clue. In a poem about this battle, Robert Browning wrote, "To Acropolis, run, Pheidippides, one race more." Let's see your response. With that correct response, you will gain. What did you say? And that correct response will add. Congratulations, player one. You're the winner. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.